Well, hello there. So I've been sitting here chatting away with someone while I was the hamburger, and while I waited to see. I'm really sad that Michelle's not here today. She's like my always here person. Anyway, week 4 already. We're almost halfway there, guys, or gals, I should say. Anyway, we're going to be talking about now. This is a really good challenge, and it really shouldn't take long unless you haven't done any of these things in 100 years or something. Otherwise, it should be good. So let's see what happens. Oh, I can't even put down the date. There we go. Ready to go. Okay, so here's challenge number 4, and it's tools and adhesives. And I don't know about you, but I have a bad habit of ignoring some of my tools. But and others I treat nicely, like my markers and pens. I'm always nice to them. I'm really good about, having enough extra blades and changing blades in my trimmers when they need it and stuff like that. But, I'm also the one that doesn't clean these items as often as I should. And so anyway, this is one of my big things. Gonna do it again and get things all nice and tidy and see if there's anything that needs any special work. And we'll see what happens. So, like usual, we're going to space our adhesives and tools. So we're going to sort, purge, assign, containerize, and equalize. Now, of course, when we're doing our sort, we have several piles. I'm trying to not use my hands so much. Anyway, your favorites: trash, to sell, to store, to donate. Okay, so and this should be old hat now. Remembering how to sort things out and being tough with yourself and getting rid of stuff that's just been collecting dust for the last 10 years or 25 or 30 years, depending on how long you've been at this, or 1 year. Now, so for the sell pile, obviously, like usual, you're going to bag it up, assign a price to it, put your initials on it, and arrange to either get into a yard sale, hold your own yard sale, do an online sale, clear cut through your tools and adhesives that you don't love or use anymore. Put it in the garage sale box. Okay, throw away your trash pile. Arrange pickup or drop off for your donate pile. And that just leaves our favorites and to store. So before we get to that point, we have to assign. So we're going to be figuring out our storage system, whether you're happy with the one you have now or whether you need to update it or whatever. Anyway, divide your store items into categories that make sense: cutting tools, pens, punches, templates, and containerize them. Now, while you're doing the containerizing part, this is your time to do regular maintenance to your tools before you put them in whatever containers you have determined: drawers, shelves, boxes, baskets. Always make sure your containers are clearly labeled. It makes life so much simpler. And personally, anything that I use on a daily basis goes in my tins on my desk and stays there. So scissors. You can sharpen your scissors using a small scissor sharpener or have them professionally done. Be careful about cleaning the blades. I like to use alcohol swabs to remove all that sticky adhesive and stuff that gets on some of your blades. Hopefully not on your good scissors, though. Anyway, now pens. This is actually sort of a fun job And if you're into junk journaling or art journaling, here's your chance to do a really cool page, because you need to test all your pens and find out, are they dried out? Do you hate them? Throw them out. If it's markers, if you've got, ink that you can re-ink them, this is the time to do that. If they just plain don't work, or the nibs are broken or whatever, toss them. Craft knives, simple, but oh my goodness, how many times do we forget to do this until we're realizing how hard it is to cut something, especially fussy cutting. Change blades. It's probably time. Your trimmers, the one thing, as I said, I always forget to do is clean the deck of my trimmer with a damp cloth, a little cleanser, the alcohol wipes if you accidentally get adhesive on them. Replace your blades if they're dull. Sometimes you can make your blades last longer if you run them through a fine sandpaper or aluminum foil. I mean, they're not going to last for months or months or months, but if you're in the middle of a project, or you're waiting for an order to come in that has your blades in them, this might help your trimmer blade last a little longer. Work surfaces, just like we did the first week, keep it clean. Number one, because if you have adhesive and ink, it can actually get on your papers and photos and everything, and turn a beautiful layout or project into a mess. So keep it clean. Punches. I love punches. Very fond of punches. But sometimes they get maladjusted, or they stick, or won't let go. Once you've pushed them down, they won't come back up again. Anyway, some things you can try is to punch through wax paper, a little lubricating oil, such as sewing machine oil, but then make sure you punch them through scrap paper quite a few times till there's no oily residue coming off, if you go that route. Dull punches can also be sharpened by punching through aluminum foil or fine grade sandpaper. Rubber stamps. We were laughing about this the other day, because really, how many of us just have rubber stamps anymore? So I'm thinking I'm going to change that to just read stamps, because I've gone from being the girl that doesn't use stamps to the girl that has lots of stamps. Not insane number of stamps, but a lot more than I have ever had in my life. So anyway, they should be being cleaned after every use. But if there's a buildup of ink on your stamps, you should clean them with an alcohol-free baby wipe or paper towels with cleanser. Use a soft toothbrush to remove any ink that's stuck in the crevices of a design. Always remember to store your stamps flat, rubber side down if they are rubber stamps. And your clear acrylic stamps, make sure you have them on their in their packages where they'll stay nice and flat and easy to find. Isn't this cute? This was our stamp of the month for October last year. And it's so cute. I'm just enjoying looking at it again. So, and of course you want to store them someplace, where they'll stay safe. If you're a little crazy or you use a lot of different types of inks, I went out and bought the cleaner that you use for StazOn and stuff like that as well, because otherwise they just stain your stamps. So that's going to be a fun job, getting my stamps all cleaned up, and I'm going to do it. Okay, dies and thin cuts. Now, if your thin cuts are part of a stamp set, and a lot of these stamp sets do come with thin cuts or without, I keep them with the stamps. Who wants to look two places when you only need, you're always going to use them together. Otherwise, if it's thin cuts that you use in a die cutting system, um, a basket, in a binder with where you've put them on a magnetic sheet and then put them in a binder. There's all kinds of great ways and suggestions. I'm sure I'll come up with a couple more, and I'm sure there's lots of ideas online as well. Now, here's one. It's funny how every year or two you have to really add or change things because, when we first started, I still remember the first, serious electronic die cutting machine coming out. And yeah, it's been that long. Anyway, we have to remember to clean and recalibrate them, have containerized the equipment that goes so it stays with, maybe even set it up on its own station. Make sure all your tools that go with your cutting systems are clean and ready to go. Um, and you could store your other cutting systems kind of the same way too, where you have all the dies, all the patterns, all the um, words gone, the plastic pieces that you put the die through your cutting system. Mine's Hello Kitty, big shot, love it. It's actually, I'm only half owner. My owns the other half. Anyway, the thing is, these things need to be cleaned up. You got to make sure that everything's working properly, and make sure the storage is of all the bits are together, even if it means setting up your own station for it. Um, all of my big shots, and can't remember the name of the little cutter. Um, they're all in wicker baskets right beside my big shot, right behind me, behind my desk. So I just turn around and grab what I need. Okay. So if you think of anything else that's new that should be included in any of these lists that I haven't done, let me know. Now we're all the way to the end now. Woohoo! Equalize. Once you have your system in place, putting them back in the same place every time will become a reflex. You'll develop a habit of it. You will never have to hunt for your scissors again. Not 100% sure that's true. I can be sitting doing a layout and lose my scissors, grab another pair of scissors, and then when I'm finished the layout, I, move it to the side, and there's my scissors. Don't know how it happens. Anyway, but you will have less of a chance of losing your scissors or other tools if they have a place to be. So just after you're done a scrap session or a crop or whatever, take a couple of minutes and put your tools away. And when you're done, come and visit us at our Facebook group, the In My World Craft Room Organization Challenge. The link is in the bottom of the blog post, which I will be posting shortly. Um, it's a great place to share photos, accomplishments, encouragement, tips and tricks, ideas that you have that we haven't thought of yet, or maybe we have thought of them and just forgotten. Anyway, it's all fun and games. And there is a album number 4 set up for your photos of your tools and adhesives when you're done this challenge. So good luck. Have a good time with that. And I'll see you next Sunday morning.